Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie Buchanan.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Now, we start today continuing with a developing story that we've kind of had our thumb on for a long time now. Oakland City University President Dr. Ron Dempsey has responded to a complaint sent to the Higher Learning Commission by former employees. Now, the complaint featured many violations, including failing to pay employees and vendors, using the WARN Act to circumvent contractual obligations to employees, and failure to conduct program reviews.
Now, Dr. Dempsey responded to each of the allegations and explained the university's side of the story. In parts of the statement, Dempsey admits to a few of those violations, such as raising his voice during a meeting with staff and a hostile response to employees' inquiries. Now, his full statement and response to us can be seen right now on 14news.com.
And moving over to Evansville, a criminal investigation has been opened into two early morning storage unit fires. Now, it happened before 6 this morning at Lighthouse Storage on North Green River Road. Evansville fire officials say it took about 30 minutes to put the fire out, and 3 other storage units were damaged by the smoke.
Now, the fire department says that circumstances surrounding the fire led them to believe it was intentionally set. No one was hurt. Of course, that's something we will keep you updated on. We just got that new information about an hour ago.
Now, we know you'd all be lost without another traffic alert.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to bring it for you. An update on an ongoing traffic alert on the west side of Evansville starting tomorrow. Broadway between Baker and Teacuple Avenues will be back open, but a new closure will be in place.
Now, officials say crews will shift the work to Broadway between Teacuple and Red Bank Road. That section will be closed to through traffic. Officials say a detour will be in place from Red Bank to Claremont to Teacuple back to Broadway. Now, it's all a part of the Evansville Water and Sewer Utilities Water Line Investigation Project. They've got this map they put out on their social media. It's a very large area, of course, that this is impacting. So just make sure you're aware of what's going on in the area before you head out the door in the mornings.
Of course, that and a lot more going on today. Our reporters and photographers are all over the tri-state, so be sure to circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
All right, do not go anywhere. Meteorologist Arden Greger will be right back with the Check At Your Forecast right after this break.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon, I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the view from our 14 News studio tower camera. Lots of blue sky out there, but we have these fluffy fair weather cumulus clouds kind of dotting the skies across the tri-state today. Overnight tonight, it will be clear. We may have a little bit of patchy fog late, not a widespread issue though. Lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow will break into the 90s. It will be a little more humid. And then we have increasing rain chances. Starting out as just a stray shower tomorrow, but then a better chance Thursday. And then it looks like our best chance of rain this week will come on Friday. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. Those little white dots you see on the map, those are those clouds I was just showing you. None of them are producing rain at this time though, and I think we'll probably stay dry through the rest of this afternoon and evening. There will be some rain chances just to our south, but I think they'll probably stay just outside of the tri-state. Then we'll have mainly clear skies overnight and into Wednesday morning. Now Wednesday afternoon, we will see some clouds bubbling up in the heat of the day, just like we did today. But tomorrow it's going to be more humid, and with a little extra moisture in the atmosphere, I think we could see a couple of stray showers popping up in the afternoon on Wednesday. Many of us will stay dry, but a stray shower or even a thunderstorm certainly possible. Any rain that does develop Wednesday afternoon will then taper back off Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we'll have a few clouds overhead. Thursday will start out dry, but as we get into the afternoon, again, we see the clouds and then the rain kind of bubbling up in the heat of the day. There is a better chance for rain Thursday afternoon and evening, though. Again, still not everyone is going to see that rain, but it'll be more of a scattered chance, not quite as isolated as what we're going to see Wednesday. Then Thursday night, those rain chances taper back off again. I think our best chance of rain this week is going to come Friday afternoon. As for our temperatures, a couple spots have broken into the 90s, Mount Carmel, Mount Vernon, Lewisport. Most of us still in the upper 80s right now. It's 88 in Evansville, Newburgh, and Owensboro. We may or may not get to 90 today. It's certainly going to be close, as I do think we'll climb another degree or two this afternoon. If you're headed out to the Warwick County Fair or the Posey County Fair, both are going on this week. It's a little hot out there, but otherwise pretty nice weather. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s to right around 90 for most of the tri-state this afternoon, with a few clouds overhead. Then as the sun starts to set, the clouds will clear out and our temperatures will start to gradually fall back out of the 80s. Then we'll go through the 70s overnight, eventually bottoming out in the low 70s by late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We may see some patchy fog late tonight into early Wednesday morning, but I don't think it'll be a widespread issue. Wednesday will be mostly sunny. Highs will probably break into the low 90s. It will be more humid, so it will feel a little hotter than that. And then there's that very isolated chance of a stray shower or storm as we go through Wednesday afternoon. But again, many of us will stay dry. No major changes to our temperatures over the next few days. Most days will top out somewhere in the upper 80s to low 90s, kind of right on par with average for this time of year, and our lows will be running near to slightly above average. Our average low for this time of year is 69. We'll be in the low to maybe mid 70s most nights this week. It does seem like Friday may be the coolest day of the week. It's also our best chance of rain. So we've got these very isolated chances Wednesday, slightly better chance Thursday, Friday, still not a total washout, but especially during the afternoon, it does seem like we have a pretty decent chance of some scattered rain. So that is a change from yesterday's forecast. Those rain chances for Friday have gone up a little. And the rain chances have also gone up slightly for Saturday as well, although I still think Friday will be our best chance of rain, and then it turns more isolated again as we get into early next week. So there's your 7-day forecast. Again, many of these days the rain chances are very, very spotty. If we're going to see rain across the entire tri-state, the best shot at that would be on Friday, but even that I'm not convinced would actually be widespread. We may get a few rumbles of thunder with some of this rain. But as of right now, we are not on alert for any severe weather. We're keeping a close eye on the possibility, but as of right now, I don't see any clear indication of severe weather on any of these days, which is exactly what Zach Seitz is asking about in the comments, asking about strong or severe thunderstorms. As of right now, that's not really an expectation. This time of year, this kind of heat and humidity, every once in a blue moon, you can get a thunderstorm that really taps into some extra energy and gets fired up, and you could get a stray severe thunderstorm really anytime we've got rain and thunderstorms in the forecast, but the chances of that seem low this week. We're not really anticipating any kind of widespread severe weather threat across the tri-state this week. And Jeff Miller enjoying the nice breeze. Yeah, it's really not too bad outside today. The humidity is not terrible. In the sun, it still feels pretty hot, but If you can get in the shade with a little bit of a breeze, it's really not too shabby, especially for mid-July. I will say, along with the rain chances, the humidity also increasing as we go through the second half of this week. So Wednesday and Thursday will be a little steamier with that more stagnant weather. I don't think we'll have as much of a breeze, and it'll be more humid too. So it'll just all around have a stickier feeling to it as we move forward with the rest of the week. As for our temperatures so far this month, obviously we started the month with that heat wave that kind of broke over Independence Day weekend. Since then, we've topped out in the 80s most days. We have had some scattered rain chances, particularly this past weekend, but really we haven't had a lot of widespread rain so far this month. It's all been very scattered, and that trend will continue for this week as well. We are still running a little short on rainfall for both the month and the year, but we're not currently dealing with a drought, which is a change of pace. We were in drought for most of the spring, and then we finally got some beneficial rainfall in May and especially at the end of June, and that kind of pulled us out of those drought conditions now. So there's your temperature trend. Again, we're running right around average for most of the next 7 days, maybe a little bit warmer than normal, especially for those overnight lows. The extended outlook for the middle and end of next week does show a trend toward more typical precipitation, that wetter weather expected to push off to our east, and we are expecting near to maybe even slightly below average temperatures. So the general trend here looking at the next 7 days is that we do have near to slightly above average temperatures, a pretty decent chance of rain mainly on Friday, but even that is going to be scattered. Then as we get into next week, more isolated rain chances linger, but it does seem like our temperatures may start to trend back down into the 80s as we get into the middle and end of next week with some drier air on tap. So maybe more comfortable as we get into the middle and end of next week. April is asking about Friday's rain. It does seem like it'll be mainly in the afternoon, although it could linger into the evening. She also asked, will it pass through quickly? I wouldn't get your hopes up about that. It does seem like it will be kind of scattered rain, and I can't guarantee that it'll blow through fast. You may get stuck under a bit of rain for a little bit on Friday if it hits you. It is going to be scattered. Some folks may manage to stay dry for most, if not all, of the day on Friday. It's not going to be a total washout, but I think there's a pretty decent chance that at some point Friday afternoon or evening, a good chunk of the tri-state will get caught under at least a little bit of rain, if not a thunderstorm. So yes, it is mainly later in the day on Friday, Abby. All right. And I think that about wraps it up. Zach is asking about El Nino. Yes, drier than average during the winter. El Nino's effects are primarily during the winter. It doesn't seem to have as strong of an impact during the summer, but I also think sometimes the influence of El Nino is a bit overdone. There is a correlation between El Nino and La Nina and the weather patterns that we see here in the tri-state, but it's not a guarantee. We have had years that don't line up with what you would expect from the El Nino or La Nina pattern that we were in that year. It just, the trend is typically if you're in an El Nino pattern, we would have a drier winter. You could still end up with one big snowstorm, you know, that is what people remember for that entire winter, even if the rest of the winter is a little drier than normal. So the point is, it's interesting, it's worth mentioning, but I wouldn't put a whole lot of weight into, you know, making any bets on how different seasons are going to play out based off of El Nino or La Nina. It's just, you know, when it comes to your day-to-day weather, it doesn't have that much of an impact. It's more about the overall trend than it is for the day-to-day impact. You can still have very rainy or very snowy days or even weeks within an El Nino weather pattern. So, but I hope that answers your question, Zach. All right. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up then. I'll have your forecast on 14 News tonight at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and I'll do another streaming show here tonight at 9, so I hope you join me for that then. Everybody have a great rest of your day.